Going on, Joe fans? Centex Collector here with another review for G.I. Joe Classified. This time for Blowtorch figure 154. Got this off of Amazon. That bridge layer back here. Sometimes I give you Easter eggs, hit or miss. I mean, it'd be cool. Bridge layer is one of the first vehicles I had. All Striker was the first I ever had, but Bridge Layer was up there too. I started collecting in '86 as a kid. Looks like this may be some Valkyries over here, but just a quick glance at the box art. Back with the windowless. And here's the insert that they changed up from last time. Here he is in the packaging. I'm seeing some potential reuse here. Quite a bit of reuse, actually. I'm looking at it. But let's go ahead and crack them out.
Not from in there!
Blowtorch!
If there's a real fire in your house, your first job is to escape immediately. Fire spreads quickly. Call the fire department from outside the house.
From a neighbor's phone!
You got it! You're both safe.
Your advice really hit home. Now I know.
And knowing is half the battle.
First impression, yeah, it's definitely reminiscent of the OG from '84. We'll get into that in a minute. Every time I saw him, he always reminded me of, well, more so this one in the 25th. This one, they kind of toned it down, but this one reminded me of the Centurions figures. I know this one came out in '84. Whenever I see it, just kind of remind me of Centurions. Centurions came out in '86, if you weren't familiar with the cartoon. I think Ramen Toys has actually redid the Centurions. I just don't want to go down too many rabbit holes with action figures that I collect. But yeah, he's definitely looking familiar. Just looks toned down from the original. We'll get into it. So accessories, we've got this helmet, which they've used time and time again. This is definitely a reuse from various figures throughout the line. So we got the helmet there, which I don't know how I feel about that helmet. I guess it's kind of the same concept. Yeah, it is, because he's got two things there, and then the mask. It's like a zip tie effect almost. They used this little, I guess you call it technology, with different action figures back then. And there's the mask. Yeah, they actually did a good job. So yeah, if you look at the helmet, it's got like those flashlight looking things. I think that might have been an add-on, because this helmet obviously has been used over and over. But I'm not sure if those like flashlight looking things have been molded on before. And then you've got the mask that plugs there. And so they gave this one some color, but this is probably the opposite, where, yeah, this you'll put over his face and not his helmet. I'm trying to see his eyes there. There we go. And then, oh, then they changed it to plug up on top of there. So it plugs up here, and the OG plugged there, but same concept. And then you'll throw his helmet on. Yeah. And they could do some covers, like they had the, like my Desert Trooper, Hostile Environment, whatever he was, Flamethrower, Desert Trooper that Benny made for me. So it's definitely a possibility. And then we've got this. This is probably reused from Barbecue. I don't have it handy, but this is probably reused from Barbecue. And then this hose is reused from Televiper and Mindbender. Mindbender, the retro one, just used it, but this is probably, I think, probably Televiper. Maybe Frag Viper too, but yeah, this hose is reuse. And then this is going to plug just like the original. Actually, the original was up high, and they changed the backpack. Yeah, because again, they reused barbecues. I'm pretty sure this is barbecues. They reused, instead of doing like a different mold, so they went the cheaper route. But we got the same concept here, as it plugs into the backpack. And then it plugged into this weapon. So they did a really good job of updating the weapon, but they kept it similar too. If you see, it's definitely very similar. You got the tank there. Then just plug into, got the front is similar. So yeah, they made it similar to the original 84 weapon. They just updated it, gave it a little hand guard. Yes, I do like that, but it plugged in there. Why am I not? And then you can swap out. So this swaps out. And then you can throw this in. I think this is reused from Blowtorch. Yeah, Blowtorch. Whatever Dreadnought. It should be Blowtorch because he dealt with fire. And then this one here. So that's all reuse. I'm pretty sure this little piece is reused too. I know I've given a lot of these little things to Benny for effects. Oh, so the hose is going to go back here. So they rerouted it or replaced it back here. And then you got your here. And that way you can run around however. Yeah, so there's that. And then he's got sidearm pistol. This is probably reused too. I see so many of these, it's hard to remember off the top of my head what's what. I would like to make a website of, like, kind of like Yojo, but for Classified. I don't think anybody's done that yet. But some of my accessories I've foddered out or given away or sold on eBay or whatever. So there's the pistol there. So let's go ahead and look at, compare the two. Let me take off his giddy up. Let's get up here. But yeah, that was a lot harder to get on and off. So yeah, it looks like the boots, they changed up the boots, which is fine. But he's got the strap across the bottom like the 84. Again, Blowtorch was an 84 figure, basically Series 3. 82, 83, and then 84. 82 was your straight arms. 83, you had version 1.5, which was essentially the 82s with swivel arms, and then the rest of the figures in 83, and then the 84s was basically your Series 3 figures. Blowtorch is a flamethrower by character MOS, we want to call it, and he was in the comics and the Sunbow, pretty frequently in the Sunbow cartoon as well. And so the pants, they toned down this. I actually kind of like this bright yellow and orange. As a kid, it really stuck out. I'm kind of not sad, but they toned down the yellow and this orange, like made it, what, a brown? So what I'm thinking what they're going to do is there's room for them. I believe it looks like they could do a retro card and go back with the bright yellow and orange. That would be awesome. This is cool, but I don't know. There's just something with this bright yellow and orange that screams to me. We've got the Centurion look with these little divots or whatever they made them now. They gave them knee pads. They toned down the yellow and changed the orange. And then you've got, oh yeah, he did have a sidearm on his legs. They carried that up to his, instead of putting it on his weight or on his leg, they put it up on his waist. And then similar waist area. And they gave him an extra, I got him a belt here, just similar to the original. And then they gave him a pouch over here. And then the same thing here on his right lower chest or right chest. And then they carried over, he had black gloves here. And then, you know, back in the day, they always limited like the paints. Those like cost effectiveness. But now that I'm looking at this figure, it looks like he's got like they gave him short sleeves and he had like regular, I don't know if my paint's faded or if that's actually like skin color right there on the original. It looks like there's like cuffs and a shirt right there, skin color than back. Oh, that's weird. But anyway, black gloves, the yellow gloves, and they got this here, which I guess is representative here. Then this armband, I guess, is representative here from the original. Yeah, maybe that's just paint wear, because I see it here on that upper swivel. And again, the 6 divots on the chest and this chest plate. And they gave him a collar from the original. And then the face, yeah, the head sculpt. It's funny how they do how they basically modernize the head sculpt. So he's got the same do and hair color. White shirt underneath here. It looks like that probably was a white shirt underneath the 84. Then, yeah, you can see the pistol more prevalent there. So they moved it from the leg to the waist. Then you got earpiece there and here. Yeah, and they carried that over here to there. And, oh yes, they kind of carried that over to here. So yeah, man, they did a good job. But I have a feeling I really like this yellow and orange. Man, when you saw Blowtorch, man, you knew who that was. Especially when he popped up in the cartoon, you knew who it was. And then once that Centurions, because he was 84, Centurions came out 86. He always just reminded me of a Centurion. I don't know if Centurions got like some idea from Blowtorch, who knows, but yeah, I mean, they could definitely do a retro repaint of this, because he's cool, but he's not, I don't know, he's not this Blowtorch. So yeah, let's get them all geared up real quick. All right, here we go. All geared up. So yeah, he just doesn't feel like the Blowtorch. I mean, partially, right? But I think they just kind of, they'll bring a retro. I'm pretty sure they'll do a retro retro card. But there's Blowtorch. I mean, for now, you have to pick him up because we're not guaranteed that he's going to be a retro release. So, yeah, there he is. Blowtorch. Flamethrower. Like, comment, subscribe. JJ out.